Do you have a question about submitting your video for class? I'm sure you do. And guess what? I got you covered. In this video, I'm going to give you all of the guidelines for your video submissions for class and a few tips. All right, so first things first, you got to make a video to submit your speeches. Yes, you do. The first important thing is we need to see you. We have to see you. So you want to find a space that is well lit, that is quiet, and doesn't have a whole lot of distractions going on. And then you want to make sure that we can see you, okay? So the requirement is this. You need to do a shot where we can see you. How you see me right now in this video is called a wide shot, all right? You can see myself, at least 3/4 of my body, and the shot behind me, the space behind me, wide, okay? You can do your videos in a wide frame, or you can do your video in a tall frame. Either way works, but I need to be able to see majority of your body. Fair enough? This is important because it goes to your delivery, all right? I need to be able to see if you're making gestures. I need to be able to see if you're standing still or if you're hopping around. And it is important that the audience can see you clearly. So find a space in your home, find a space at a friend's house. I've had students do their speeches after church in a sanctuary. That's totally fine. I've had students do their speeches at work, after work, on their lunch break. I had even had students do their videos in a stock room. It doesn't matter. No one's going to judge your background. No one's going to judge your house or your space. It's just important that we can see you and we can hear you clearly. All right. So that's the first thing in your video submissions. We need to be able to see you. We need to be able to hear you when you're speaking. You also want to avoid having a lot of background noises like TVs, video games, and music. Okay. The whole goal is that you are the star of your videos. The second thing is, while I love children and I love pets, I have them myself, they are not to be in your videos, okay? You are the main speaker and that's who we're here to see in class. I will go ahead and make sure to emphasize this. Selfie mode videos are unacceptable. We're not going to hold our phones up to ourselves or hold our iPads up to ourselves and be in selfie mode, meaning the only thing I can see is your face, okay? You also need to be standing. That is a requirement. You need to stand up when you deliver your speech. You're not sitting at a desk. You're not sitting at a table. You are standing. The third thing with that is you're going to remember that you are speaking only from your speech outline template or note cards. You are not to speak from any devices. I know it's tempting to use your phone as to keep your notes, just type your notes in and use your phone and just scroll as you're talking. That's not how we're doing class because that is a skill that you can be able to speak from your notes, your note cards, or your outline template. Okay, we're not going to do videos speaking from a device. You need to have a physical piece of paper, physical note cards. And you might think, oh, Ms. Hunter, that's so old school. Maybe it is, but it's the way we're doing it for class because that is a requirement for public speaking. And here's the reason why. It is the most fair way to do it. Everyone doesn't have access to those type of devices. And in different speaking situations, you won't either. When you watch the news or you watch anything on television, those people are speaking from teleprompters. I'm sure you've seen them, even in political speeches that different political candidates use. You see these little screens that have words scrolling on them, okay? That is something that you get to have at that level of speaking. For class, we don't have that. So we don't need to be speaking from a device at all. I do have students every semester that really try very hard to read from their device. In other words, they'll have something taped up to the screen or they'll have notes on the other side of the screen. And guess what? That affects your eye contact. Do not put your notes up on top of a device that is recording you. That's cheating, really. Your notes go in your hands or on your note cards in your hand that you look down at quickly, you refer to them and you look back. That is part of eye contact. Every time you do that, it is noticeable. You may think it's not, but it is. Because when you're speaking and you're looking directly at the camera, which means you're looking at the audience, and then you look off to the side and you're doing this number and you're reading over here and you think that you're doing really, really well, I'm sure you can see right now that I'm not looking at you because I'm looking at a pretend note cards over here that I should be holding in my hand, and I'm not actually giving you eye contact because I'm not looking at you. Does everyone see how that works? The requirement is that you use your notes and or note cards, and it's okay if you take a pause. You see me in the videos take pauses as well. Sometimes I look down at my notes and then I bring my eyes right back up and keep talking. Do not use a device at any point to speak from. Devices in class for your speeches can be used for your visual presentation. Later on, I have a whole video on how to do visual presentations for class, for your videos. The next thing that I want to emphasize is that I am requiring that you do not edit your video. Does everyone understand? Do not edit your video. You turn the camera on, you stand in your space, you hold your notes, you deliver your speech, and it's okay that you walk right back up and turn it off. Okay? Do not edit your video. When you look at television and you look online and you see all the cutesy things that pop up and you have lower thirds are the words when the words come up at the bottom where it says, "Hi, I'm Gilbert Bays," and his name pops up at the bottom. Lower thirds and memes and pictures that pop up on the screen, we're not doing that for class. Okay? You are the star and your visual presentation will be there to aid you as we go along. But do not edit your videos. Do not put side swipes in there and different transitions in the video. Do not cut the video and try to take pieces out. Just go straight from the beginning to the end. Do not edit your videos at all. If you edit your videos, the penalty could actually fail you because I'm telling you that is a requirement that you not do that. That is considered cheating in this course. Do not edit your videos. And as we go along, you will learn and see that it's totally okay to take a pause if you need to gather your thoughts. Speakers do that in person. Speakers do that on television. It's okay. I'm not expecting you to do it perfectly, but I am expecting you to do your best and to follow these guidelines. And you may be thinking, Ms. Hunter, how am I going to do this? You're telling me I have to have a wide shot or a tall shot. What am I going to do? Well, there's a few different ways you can film yourself, all right? You can prop your phone up on some books, on a shelf in your room, on a place in your home, so that it can stand stationary and you can film yourself. And you can simply walk up to it, start it, back up, do your speech, walk up to it, turn it off. You may also decide to have a person, a family member, or a friend hold your phone. I've had students do that. I will just say, if someone's holding your phone or your device to film you, we don't need any special effects. There's always a student that their friend loves to zoom in and move around and all this. They don't need to do that. They don't need to do anything special except hold the phone, the device, the iPad, whatever it is, and film you. They need to be as still as possible because we don't want a whole lot of shaking around, okay? You may also choose to get a stand. Right now I'm using a tripod stand. It was $15 from Amazon. It holds my phone, which I'm recording my video on right now, and it doesn't move, and I can put it up high, I can put it up low, I can turn my phone around, whatever. I'm not saying that's a requirement for class. It's not, but if it's something you want to consider, you can totally do that. You could also use your laptop webcam. That's totally fine, but still you will need to back up and stand up. So you're going to have to prop your laptop or your device, your iPad, whatever you're using to record yourself. You're going to need to prop it so that we can see you. Okay? So the possibilities are endless. I'm not asking you to do anything super extreme, but I am asking that whatever you do, that it is still, that there's good lighting, there's good volume, that we can hear you. That means you're going to have to speak up for your videos. And it's totally fine if you have to do a jimmy rig, as they say, to prop your phone or prop your device. It's totally fine. There's no judgment, okay? I want to make it as easy as possible for you because this is 100% online. We want to make sure we have on proper attire when we're speaking. I know that everyone may not have, a Hollywood style wardrobe. That's not what I'm asking for. What we're saying for your speeches when you deliver your videos is that you are dressed business casual. Business casual means a nice shirt and some slacks, a nice shirt and a skirt, a nice dress, a nice cardigan can work, any of those things. What we're not going to have when we're recording ourselves for our speeches, we're not going to do hoodies, okay? We're not going to have things on our head. We're not going to have hats, ball caps. We're not doing that. We're not doing hoodies. We're not doing graphic tees. While they are so cool, I love a graphic tee. You see me in the street, I usually have on some amazing graphic tee, okay? They're cool, but not for speech class. You need to have on business casual. I'm not asking you to go to the store and buy anything. You may say, Ms. Hunter, but I don't really have a whole lot. I have a uniform that I wear for work. Wear your uniform. Work clothes are acceptable. If you're a nurse and you have scrubs, wear those. All right? If you work at a convenience store and you have a polo shirt that has the convenience store logo on it, that's fine too. We're just not going to do big Nike swooshes, big shirts with big quotes on them, shirts with dragons and tattoo art. Right now, I just have on a business casual shirt. It does have a pattern on it, but it doesn't have any words. All right, it's not making a political statement or anything like that. I have on pants, as you saw earlier. That is totally fine. We're not going to do t-shirts, tank tops, we're not going to look like we came from outside cutting the grass. We're not having ball caps and hoodies on. We're going to look professional in our videos. Okay, so I have gone through all the major guidelines for your videos. If you have a problem at any point in time, please be sure to email me. Do not wait until the last minute. This is going to require that you practice your speech so you know what you're going to say, and also practice your video setup, however it is that you're going to set it up, because you can practice it out and see what you're going to do before you turn it in. So don't wait until the last second and then panic and say, Ms. Hunter, I need you to start thinking ahead about this, okay? It's not hard. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, but we've got to have some guidelines to make sure that it's fair across the board for everyone, and so that you can produce and present your best speech. All right? Let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to your speeches, and I'll see you guys in class.